Going to take a look at Brandon Kennedy. He's going to be the trailer boat in this one, but we already saw how well he can handle a hydroplane. That's why he got the job driving for Miss Madison. Next up, I think we're going to see J. Michael Kelly in the U00. There's the young man out of Bonnie Lake, Washington, south of Seattle. J. Michael driving the U00, the Maverick. Also in our Heat 1A, there's Dylan Runny sitting in that new boat, at least a new boat to him, the U40 bright orange bucket list racing. Dylan Runny returning to the Unlimited Wars in 2026. Will be good to watch him. Then we have Andrew Tate in the BWR racing. There's Andrew. Turn around and give us a look there, bud. There he is, Andrew Tate. So here we go. It's Kennedy, it's Tate, it's Runny, and it is J. Michael Kelly. Buckle up. It's the first heat of the season of the 2026 racing season for H1 Unlimited. It is the first heat of racing for the 2026 Unlimited Hydroplane APBA Gold Cup. First boat away. And we used to think this was really important. The first boat away, Andrew Tate, he can run down to the bottom. It doesn't make any difference. I can tell you where he's going to be. He's going to be in lane 2.
It's all changed now. You know, it's a brand new slate. Everything's a little bit different, and the important stuff happened before this heat, and now it's going to play out as they come down from the start.
So really good look right there with Madison, and you see him trying to do what you were talking about, Dustin. He made a big swerve as he pulled away from the race course, and he was able to get the Royer Miss Madison up and running. So
nice job.
Great job there. Boy, did he make a hard left-hand turn, followed by a right-hand turn. He trails the field, but who cares? He knows exactly where he's going to be. He's got to trail the clock by 10 seconds.
Yeah, you can ask a lot of these boats, but sometimes if they don't listen, you have to tell them what to do. And him jerking the boat from left to right like that, broke it free. Nice job, Brandon. Good job.
Yeah, no problem that time. Popped it right up.
All 4 boats, you can see Dylan Runny coming out of turn number 1. You can just see how rough that water is as everyone's getting up on the plane right now. You can see him pounding through. Hopefully that stuff will settle before they all come into that first turn at 190 plus.
Here comes Andrew with a hard run down the front straightaway. Good solid run, just making sure everything's bolted down. The boat's running good. He's got the boat set up for lane number 2 because he knows that's where he's going to be. Here comes Kelly across start-finish line. He was landing
on the nose.
Landing on the nose pretty hard on the recovery area of the sponsons there.
Just under 3 minutes, Brad. We're getting close here.
We are. And now all of a sudden, everybody here in Madison, Indiana on the beach is standing. There's hardly anybody sitting down. People up to our left are walking down to get as close as they can to the shoreline. Their boat, the Royer Miss Madison U6, is going to be the trailer. Here comes Dylan Runny across start-finish line. He will come down with 2:30 until the start. And the camera there looks right at J. Michael Kelly as he heads up the backstretch. Boats are spread all over the race course, but that's okay. Nobody's fighting for a lane here. Everybody knows where they're going to be. They know their timing mark. J. Michael Kelly has gone up toward the top end of the race course and slowed down, so apparently that's where he wants to be. You're looking at all the boats. The one way up there, just barely under the bridge, that's J. Michael Kelly. That is him right there as he goes around turn 2 up at the top end. Following him up there is the Madison. Then halfway up the backstretch is Dylan Runny, and coming off the bottom end of the race course is Andrew Tate in the U1. I might look to see if Andrew Tate might cut the race course here. Again, he doesn't have to worry about a lane, but just from a timing perspective, I think Andrew might come across. What do you think?
Well, these timing runs were all done earlier, so they know exactly where they need to be, and I think he's going to go all the way around.
Yeah, he's definitely going to, and somehow I think he knows better than I.
He's got a lot of boat speed. He can make up time. He can't scrub off time. One thing about this new procedure, you do not want to be early. If you're early to the line, you are going to get eaten up by all these guys that timed it just right.
Yep, that's exactly right. So our boats are now starting to get in their lanes. Kelly's at the bottom end of the race course. He is in 1. Dylan comes across the start-finish line. He is sitting where he wants to be, and here comes Andrew Tate flying the boat, going over everybody's wake. He'll find his way into lane number 2. Now looking at the clock, we're inside 1 minute.
Not sure exactly what Brandon's doing here. He must be cutting the course to go back around because he has to be behind the field here.
Here he comes. Here he comes, and he'll cut it again when he gets across the start-finish line because he was definitely way up there early. Now our boats are in their lanes with 30 seconds to go. Kelly's in 1, Dylan's on the outside in 3. It is Andrew Tate in lane number 2. They're on the right-hand side of your screen. There you see him going up under the bridge. That's Kelly on the left. He is out front. Tate is in 2 where he's supposed to be, and on the outside is Dylan Runny. Now they will come off the top end. An unofficial timing mark here is approximately 12 seconds off the bridge. We are inside 12. They are all going to be a little bit tardy, I think.
Wow.
It is time to mash the gas and go. It's going to be Kelly in 1, Tate in 2. We are racing. We've already hit the timer. And breaking the clock is Andrew Tate. I'm really surprised, Dustin, that they were that tardy at the start.
As am I. I'm really surprised because they had their marks. I don't know if they got into each other's heads or what happened, but they got to get through turn number 1 now.
We're losing Dylan down at the bottom end of the race course. He came across the start-finish line very slowly. And now off the lower corner going back to our leaders, it is Andrew Tate. He's already opened up most of a rooster tail over J. Michael Kelly. We're watching for Brandon Kennedy. He has gone out of sight.
He's coming down the front straightaway here.
Excuse me. Down at the bottom end of the race course for Dylan Runny. He has gone off the race course, and we'll keep an eye on him if we can with one of our cameras. Meanwhile, top end of the race course, Andrew Tate swings out wide. He's got Kelly covered here. He's just looking for good water, I think.
Yeah, this is a smart way to race. He's just going to stay clean, look for the good water, get through, get some points.
And Kelly has moved to the outside. He's trying to find some clean water as well.
I can't believe that start. I mean, these guys are going to be going back to the pits and trucks and figuring out what happened because you have to nail the start here, and it really shows. If you get late on a start, you're hung out to dry.
Yeah, I want you to keep an eye on J. Michael Kelly when he comes around this time because it looks to me like that boat is just pounding on the nose. Looks to me like he's having a rough go of things.
I think he might be having a canard problem. I noticed that in the previous lap, and it was on the nose heavy before the start, and he's definitely fighting it.
Certainly not near as fast as he knows he needs to be, having an inside lane on Andrew Tate. But to your point, the start was really ragged and not what we expected at all. Here comes Brandon Kennedy. He will come by. He's going to be the recipient. If he can hold it together and run all 4 laps, he's going to be the recipient of third-place points if he can hold this thing together. Meanwhile, Andrew Tate down the front straightaway. He'll put 2 in the books. 1 more to go, and it is all Andrew Tate.
I wanted to say that Brandon Kennedy probably learned a lot from this heat, but I think every driver on the race course learned a lot in this heat because they're going to have to step it up this next time. You got a fast fleet. You can't get by with even being the second lead, so they're going to all have to go back to the drawing board and figure some stuff out.
You're looking up the backstretch there. I believe you're looking at Andrew Tate as he comes right at you there. That may be Brandon Kennedy.
I think that's Brandon, actually.
Yeah, it is Kennedy. Tough to tell with him coming right at you. There's Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate with almost a full straightaway lead over J. Michael Kelly. He's got about 3/4 of the back straightaway on lap number 3. It's turned into a bit of a parade, and I'm not sure that's what we thought it was going to be, Dustin, but it's the way it turned out, and we'll say it 3 or 4 more times, I'm sure, that start really surprised a lot of us.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see that happen again. There's going to be some adjustments, and that's okay. I think also the 0-0, the Maverick, they've got some handling problems. And I think J. Michael's doing a good job just wrestling that thing around the race course. And if he is having some canard issues, which I'm pretty sure he is, he's doing a good job of just finishing in second and gathering points because that's a handful.
Yeah, there he is there, just pounding on the nose. That's not the good boat ride we saw in testing and qualifying earlier. There you look up the backstretch. It is lap number 4. It is the final lap for the U1 BWR Racing with Andrew Tate. He is going to come up on Brandon Kennedy in the U6, the Royer Miss Madison. Brandon's going to yield, stay way to the outside, let Andrew cut inside of him here. Definitely giving him a lot of room. A good look there from the drone as Andrew cuts inside of Brandon Kennedy. He will come down and pick up a checkered flag. The first boat down here might be Brandon, but it might not be. I think it's going to be Andrew Tate. It's the boat on the right side of the screen there. That's the one that's going to pick up the checkered flag. It is Andrew Tate in the U1 BWR Racing.
Yeah,
he
nice
comes
run
by with a first place finish in our Heat 1A of the 2026 H1 Unlimited APBA Gold Cup.
Yeah, Brandon's doing a great job just keeping his nose clean. This is one of his 2 heats that he needs to start and finish with no penalties. He might have been a little extra cautious on that the run before the start to make sure he didn't go through a DMZ. And, you know, Mike here, he's just trying to get that boat through. So, unfortunately, they're going to have a long night of trying to figure out what's going on with that boat.
Yeah, but the good news is for them, they picked up second place points. And so, not a bad run. The boat didn't run that well, but for second place points as far back as he was, you get the same amount of points as if he lost by a nose. So he'll take those second place points.
You want to see a tired driver look at Mike as soon as he gets out of the boat, because that is brutal, trying to wrestle one of these 7,000-pound boats around one of the toughest race courses on the circuit with a problem. I mean, he's going to be beat.
The big question is, what happened to Dylan Runny?
It looked like he lost power, and he went straight off the race course. It wasn't, you know, like he went off the race course under power. He lost power, wanted to make sure he got out of the way, and he kept going straight.
This is the big deal right here, because here's a third place finish for Brandon Kennedy and his second finish starting in the trailer position. So that's a box he couldn't check a year ago, and he can check it now. That is a big part of his driver qualification process.
One more to go.
Good for Brandon Kennedy. My apologies, I mentioned Brandon Kennedy going off the course down there. Not sure quite where the mind went on that, but we were excited there for a moment.
There was a lot of moving parts in that heat, and the boats were not where either of us expected them to be, and I don't think where the drivers expected them to be either. So they did a good job of regrouping and getting a hold of themselves. But yeah, unfortunately, that was kind of a messy one.
Yeah, I was saying I had an unofficial timing mark up there of under the bridge at 12 seconds, and I looked as the shadow on the boats went. Shadow of the bridge went over the boats and looked at the clock. It said 7. I went, oh my goodness.
Well, you need to go down there and give these guys a pep talk and let them know your timing marks.
Oh, they're kind of a secret. Yeah. It's great. We were talking to Dave Vilwalk about that. Ayler and I both made the comment. We said, well, we've kind of got an unofficial mark at 12 seconds off the bridge, and it seems to hold true every year. And he goes, yeah, but at what speed? You know, Dave, time and distance.
No, it's very true, and that's what helps, you know, having these lanes set up before they know when they go out there, because it's different in lane 3 from the apex around to the start-finish line as it is in lane 1. So, you know, they should have these starts dialed in, and I can bet you won't see that again.
Andrew, some first place points heading into Sunday, but you didn't mince words with me just now. You said you had a terrible start. How did you redeem yourself down the stretch?
Oh, I don't think it was much me redeeming myself as much as it was the other guys had a terrible start as well. So we'll take it. That one fell into our lap. I thought we were going to have our work cut out for us there for sure, but it's racing. Things happen, I guess.
How much more difficult did the conditions of the water right now make that race?
You're fighting the water, the river. It didn't matter. I mean, I went from 2 to 4, back to 2, trying to stay clear of some rollers. It's not very good anywhere, but that's the Ohio River in Madison, and it's all good. Everyone else had the same deal we did. So we made it through today in one piece. We're in tomorrow, which is important, and hopefully we keep the momentum going.
Yeah. How do you build off of today going into tomorrow?
Get a better start, and I don't know, the boat feels good. We'll go look at the data, but I'm pretty happy with where we're at. I'll do a little bit better and hopefully make it a little bit easier for us.
All right, appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.